Hey guys, so today I'm going to be trying out the MOCHI KLAIRS cushion. I'm very excited about this. So I love KLAIRS as a skincare brand. I've never tried out any of them more makeup like products. I don't think they have entirely that many. I mean, I don't know. But I looked up the little product because it doesn't have any English on the box. And apparently it's a balm type product, which is going to sort of fill in the pores and give a silky smooth finish. So it's meant to be good for basically brightening up the skin, like particularly dull skin. And it also claims that it has an apricot beige tone, which complements both yellow and red skin tones. So I've got quite a reddish undertone, so I'm really quite interested to see how that works. I'm not going to bother with any colour correctors, which I often do because of how red my skin is. I'm just going to put it on and see how it goes. And as you can also see, I've got quite a lot of blemishes and things going on today and quite a few breakouts. So I want to see how much coverage I can get from that as well. So yeah, it just seems to say on the instructions to put it on like an ordinary cushion. So that's what I'm going to try out. So I absolutely love the packaging. It's so cute. Let's have it. Oh, it's so cute. It's so sweet. So if I was marking just on like packaging, then it would be like full marks. Oh my god, even the little puff has a face. Okay, I've been very won over the packaging. The mirror is quite grimy. Like the packaging itself is kind of like, it's got a plastic shell, which I don't really mind to be honest. But I really like this puff. This is a very cute, like most people, they put a little bit of effort into the puffs, but like not to that same extent. That is just lovely. So let's have a look. Right, you have to twist this plastic bit to open. Okay, oh, that's interesting. So the cushion is, it comes out very much like a white colour, rather than the usual kind of coloured cushions. I'll just grab my Etude House one a sec to show you guys. If you're not too familiar with cushions, that's more what it usually looks like. Now I think I heard, it didn't come up on the website when I looked it up, but I think I heard this is one of those ones where when you press on it then the product comes through. So that's what I'm going to try. Oh, I just love this little cushion so much. Right, so let's see if I press on that. Oh, it started to come through, I see. Right, I've got a bit of product on my little cushion, so I'm just going to try dabbing this on a bit. So I'm definitely going to need more. It feels like this is, it feels like it's going to be very light. Like my Etude House one I just showed you, like I can, from one puff, I can get quite a lot of coverage. But I feel like this is not gonna have crazy coverage. Anyway, let's start working this in. So the cushion is really nice and soft. Which I mean, I'm not surprised by, because KLAIRS, like skincare, is so focused on sensitive skin. I don't think this is going to irritate my skin at all. Okay, so this one here is the BB, so I'm not expecting it to be full coverage anyway. So that's just sort of the first layer. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it's actually a bad colour match. It's, yeah, it's not a bad colour match. It's actually perhaps slightly too pale, I think. But if I went on, say, to do a little bit of contouring or a little bit of blush and stuff, I think it would just blend in. But I'm just, it's covered up the blemishes a little bit, but not really nearly as much as I would like them to. So I'm just going to try going in with the second layer and see how that helps. Okay, so that is it after 2 layers. So it is a BB cushion, so I wasn't expecting particularly heavy coverage. The colour actually, I think it is a tad too pale, but it's not bad. But it's definitely, I would wear this if my skin was already looking quite nice. So as you can see, it hasn't really covered up some of my bigger blemishes. It has, I mean, it's kind of cleared up my cheeks not too badly. And it has, I mean, I have very oily skin anyway, but it has like a sort of, I would call it a slightly dewy finish. I definitely would say on me it's not a matte finish, but I quite like that actually. It's quite nice. Like, it feels very, very light and nice on the skin. I don't feel like I would have any problems with breakouts from this like clogging up my pores or anything. Yeah, it blended in quite nicely as well. Like even around, like, yeah, even around my nose area actually, like I don't feel there's any product sitting there that hasn't sort of worked in. So deciding thoughts on the cushion. So packaging, definitely, I adore the packaging and I love the attention to detail that they've even done the little puff. So coverage is kind of medium coverage. It's definitely not a high coverage foundation or BB, because you can get high coverage BBs and I do quite like them. So on me, the finish is pretty dewy, but I have very oily skin, so if you have dry skin you may end up with a completely different result. Obviously it doesn't feel heavy or drying or pretty much anything on my skin really. It feels really, really light, which is really nice, especially because I live in such a hot place. The colour, as far as I'm aware, they don't do a range of shades for this. So I have quite pale skin and this is perhaps a tad too pale for my skin. So I'm actually just going to add a little bit of contour, a little bit of blush, like finish up my makeup, and I just want to see how like the powders and products would then layer on. So I'm going to slightly powder this just mostly around my T-zone. I feel like even though it looks like a sort of dewy finish, I don't particularly need a lot of powder. I'm just going to grab my Rimmel Clear powder. I just love this powder. So I'm just going to, it's really affordable as well, to be honest. I'm not going to put concealer on just because I want to see with the powder how much coverage it's going to give. I only very lightly dusted that with powder, but actually I feel like the powder, when it's around the T-zone, has actually kind of really mattified. Like, it mattified really quickly, which I don't particularly like. My nose at the minute is actually, like, on the sides, it's very dry, even though it's actually very oily. And I feel like where it's dry, it has stuck slightly. But I think if you have dry skin, definitely make sure you really moisturize before using this BB. Hey guys, so I'm just kind of doing like an end of day check-in. I did want to do chickens throughout the day, but basically I completely forgot to charge my battery, which I know. And I went to the botanical gardens as well today, which was so nice. So I took some pictures, they're on my Instagram, but like I couldn't film, which was so sad. But yeah, so kind of end of day verdicts. I've had this on for nearly 7 hours and I haven't repowdered or anything. I think it's held up pretty well. Like around my oily areas, like my nose, like my T-zone in general, and especially my chin, I definitely feel like a lot of the coverage has been lost. I mean, today was quite a tough day for it, because we've had like a massive heat warning, and we've also had like really, really bad pollution today. I think it got blown over from the mainland, so that's why my voice is a bit not too bad at the minute. I've been taking like cough sweets all day, but it's kind of sore. So I'm gonna make this fairly brief. But yeah, so I quite like this. I wasn't 100% sure this morning when I put it on, but actually it's held up really well. And I do think actually the colour, I feel like when I first put it on, the colour was perhaps a tad too light. But I don't know if it's like oxidized or something, but I feel like, especially once I put powder on, it really matched my skin colour a lot more. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with this. And I do think it is going to be one of my everyday makeup like go-to reaching. Like I said before, if I was going out somewhere, I probably wouldn't go for this because it's not full coverage, but it is really nice and I do really like the finish. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. So So I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please do hit the like and subscribe buttons below, and I will see you guys soon.